What's up, everybody? This is Fidel from How We Talk Podcast.
How's it going, guys? I'm Izzy.
Here today we have in the studio, we have John Molina Jr.
How's it going, guys?
Everybody, you guys should all know him. He's a professional boxer. If you don't know him, now you know. He's a hometown boy from Covina.
That's right.
Box oranges and apples.
That's right. You'll see him out there on
Naranjas.
On Vincent, on the 10 freeway and Vincent.
Yeah. 2-for-1 special going on.
There you go. So what's going on? You're born and raised, right? Covina?
Covina kid. That's what I claim.
That's your stomping ground.
That's my stomping grounds. You know, I was the one. We grew up in the hard town of Covina, where you mess around, get your house egged, man.
You don't
toilet paper.
You don't mess around.
You mess around. What toilet paper your house out here?
Yeah.
The Cove.
The Cove.
Did you ever call it the Cove?
No. A lot of friends. No. A lot of friends do, but no, never called it the Cove. But
Cove.
Very, very proud of Covina, man. I'm very proud of my city where I represent, man.
Oh yeah.
We got a lot of success stories, so I'm pretty proud of that.
Yeah, that's what we try to do here. Is we try to claim as much as we can of West Covina and Covina.
Mm-hmm.
So I mean, it's all kind of grouped into one. Or you know what, we can call it the valleys, San Gabriel Valleys.
The SGV.
SGV. But yeah, man, Covina. Well, we went to Covina High School. You went to Charter Oak. Covina High School. I don't know what they did at Charter Oak, but we used to do.
They did a lot more than we did. That's for sure.
Charter Oak.
Yeah.
Well, I think at that era, Charter Oak was claimed, or it was supposed to be a little bit different. I mean, we're still at Covina, but there was a difference.
Yeah,
because they were so close to like Glendora and Laverne and stuff, and San Dimas.
You didn't go to Royal Oak?
I went to Royal Oak.
Oh, you did? I went to
Royal
Oak.
Yeah, I went to Royal Oak, yes. I went to Royal Oak.
Okay.
Went to Cedar Grove, Royal Oak, and Charter Oak.
Yeah. I got some nephews that go into Royal Oak right now. And they're actually, one of them starting Charter Oak. Did they already start school?
Yeah.
Yeah, so he's already at Charter Oak High School, freshman.
A bit of trivia. Charter Oak, Royal Oak was Tommy Lee, Motley Crue. They all went there.
Oh, yeah?
Tommy Lee went there, had Mr. Dvorak, who was one of our teachers, a music teacher, whatever you want to call it. So, yeah, there's those guys are homegrown guys. Used to play house bands.
All right, that's crazy.
So Motley Crue.
Yeah. I did hear about Tommy Lee, though, right? Yeah, I've heard that he's from Covina.
Yeah, Tommy Lee actually went to Royal Oak, and so did Vince Neil, I believe his name is, the lead singer of Motley Crue. I may be saying his name wrong, but I mean,
I think that's right. Is it Vince Neil?
Yeah, I think it's Vince Neil. Yeah,
I just know Motley Crue.
Yeah, from Motley Crue. So Motley Crue guys, they're local guys.
Yeah,
I want to say Glendora, Covina area.
There's been some, in this area, like even I think in La Puente, wasn't the singer? The group No Doubt, right?
Yeah,
was it No Doubt from there?
It was. Wasn't No Doubt.
Oh no, Fergie.
Yeah.
She was from Industry or La Puente or
Fergie,
something like that.
From the Black Eyed Peas?
Yeah. She was actually from even way back, about to date myself, Kids Incorporated, if you remember that show back in the day.
Yeah.
That's right.
So Kids Incorporated, that's where she came out in, I guess, her little debut.
Yeah.
Shit.
Kids Incorporated, that's old school.
We're just some 80s kids, huh?
How old are you?
So. Nah, I'm old enough. Nah, I'm 35.
35.
Yeah. 35 years old, but I embrace it, man. I embrace it in the industry where it's taboo to be my age, but not for me.
At 35, that's when boxers are starting to deteriorate, and father time is catching up and knocking on your door.
It's all up to you, man. It's in your head. Yeah. It's in your head. Believe me, if my body told me in 1 second that it was done, I would listen and it'd be done. Yeah. But it's not. It's nowhere near it. Don't feel it. Mm-hmm. And I'm excited for the future.
How's your diet? Like, how well do you have to? Because I know I've heard stories of, for example, Bernard Hopkins fought until he was 40, almost 50, right?
Yeah.
He fought. I think he was 50 when he fought.
He's another bit of trivia with Bernard Hopkins. I believe lost his pro debut.
Oh yeah.
So I mean, talk about a guy overcoming a lot.
That before the jail time, or
that was before jail. Well, no, that was after jail.
So he was pro after jail.
The word is he was a fighter. He was supposed to be. He went to jail as opposed to going to the amateurs. He would have went to the Olympics, but he didn't because he went to jail. But he was one of those fighters from that era of fighters that he was going to be a really gifted amateur.
Yeah.
And then his pro debut came out, and he lost his pro debut, and that takes the wind out of a lot of people's sails.
Right.
And he obviously went on to be one of the greatest middleweights of all time.
Yeah. So do most good boxers typically win their first fight? Is that how it kind of goes?
I would think so, because the way it's I don't want to say everything's planned out like WWE, but the way it is, I mean, they're going to put you in with the right music for the right dance, so to speak. You know what I mean? So it's kind of like, we want to test you, but we want to test you where we know you're going to pass the test, but we're going to give you a little test here. So for someone to lose their pro debut, either was a mismanagement on the matchmaking or maybe a mismanagement on the preparation. Who knows? Maybe he wasn't taking it serious.
Yeah.
There's a lot of things that we don't know could have went on, but I know my pro debut was at the Maywood Activity Center. It was a Showtime card. It was myself, Victor Ortiz, Brandon Rios. All of us were on the card, but Victor was already like a 13-fight pro. Brandon was already like 9 fights into his career, and this was my pro debut. And I remember getting in there. I was so nervous, man, because it's different. You're the little gloves, no headgear.
Yeah.
You're playing for keeps, you know?
Yeah.
And we sold out the crowd because I was sponsored by the Teamsters. So we had everyone. The Union Teamsters, and they took care of me in the beginning of my career. Shout out to all those guys. And made me a very popular kid very fast. And I knocked out the guy in the second round, but I remember they said, what was the difference? I said, the gloves tasted much different. I mean, literally feels like little rocks bouncing off your head at one time.
Damn.
So when you get hit, you're like, okay, this is real. We need to take them out or get taken out, one or the other. So it was, reality came and settled in real quick. I remember I keep telling my father, hey, you nervous? Nah, you're good, you're good. Oh, Dad, I'm nervous. Nah, you nervous? Nah, get out there, we're going to take care of business. Well, the fight's said and done. It's over. We're at home. You know, I still lived with my parents in my pro debut. And my dad lays down. He's like, man, if I would have told you how nervous I was, you would have never walked out in that ring. I was like, oh, thanks. I appreciate it.
Yeah.
Your first pro fight was in 2006.
Correct.
When did you start? When did you start your boxing journey?
Well, boxing's always been a part of my life, my whole life, because my father was an amateur fighter.
Okay.
And we always used to watch archives of fights, and I've always excelled in that one-on-one competition. And I remember watching a fight at my girlfriend's house. I was in high school.
Yeah.
And I'm sitting there, and my girlfriend at the time, her mom was dating some guy who we really didn't care for. And he was always one of those guys that told these stories like, oh, back in the day, I used to kick 10 guys' ass. And
back in my day.
Am I allowed to kiss them? Sorry.
Oh, yeah.
I used to kick 10 guys' butts, and I black out, and I don't even know what I'm like, come on. I'm a man's man. I know.
Yeah.
This guy just, I don't know who you're trying to impress, bro. I'm a man, too. I mean, I was a kid, probably about 130 pounds soaking wet, but still.
Yeah.
This guy was a biker or whatever you want to call it. So we're watching a fight one time, and I said, I said, I can do that. And he looks at me, and he had this weird voice about him. He goes, oh, you think you can do that? He kind of talked kind of like a hillbilly. Damn, I'm supposed to say that. But
yeah, he's fine. You can say that.
He says, oh, you think you can do that? I was like, no, I can do that. And he did this smirk, like, He did a little smirk and laugh. And I remember, like, he's just trying to put me down, you know, because he wanted to be the only man in the house. But, you know, so whatever. Long story short, fast forward years later, I turned pro. Now I'm, main eventing, Showtime, HBO fighting.
Yeah.
And I talk to nothing to do with it now as an ex, but we're all still close friends, all of us.
Yeah, especially with social media now.
Yeah, and I talked to him, and I said, hey, I want to thank him, man, because he actually motivated me to work even harder.
Yeah.
For him to doubt me, to think I couldn't be here.
Yeah.
He's probably sitting somewhere in his studio apartment saying, oh, I guess he can do it. You know what I mean? And if you're not too sharp, that studio was a shot at him. Just so you know. But it was little things like that, man, that fuel the fire.
Those are like little rewarding
I can
for
do
you.
it. No, I can't do it. You can do whatever you want. Anything you want to do, man, put your mind to it. I sacrificed a lot to get to where I'm at, man.
Yeah.
I really did. This journey was nowhere near easy. There's nothing easy about it. Nothing easy about it. I mean, I worked my tail off to get to where I'm at.
Yeah.
So, so you mentioned that you maybe started a little later than most.
Mm-hmm.
So, like in your high school days, was it a thought that you wanted to, or that time when you said, "Oh, I can do that"? Was it a thought process before? No.
Well, I always excelled on one-on-one. Wrestling was my background because one-on-one competition.
Yeah.
Football I was good at, but we had to make our choice. Because football season and wrestling season are the same seasons.
Mm-hmm.
And I, matter of fact, another segue into another story. I was an 8th grader going into a freshman year. I went over to the wrestling room. And I sought out the coach, and I saw the coach, Coach Cranford. And I looked at him and said, who's the best one in your room? He showed me this guy. That's our best guy right there.
Yeah.
I said, in 2 years' time, I'll be your best wrestler, and I'll be the captain of this team. And he looked at me, and he smiled, and he laughed. And we and himself have a relationship to this day.
Yeah.
And my sophomore year, I was ranked number 2 in the state of California. And my freshman year, I got pulled up to varsity because I think our guy who was ahead of us, they couldn't make weight, so I got pulled up.
Yeah.
And I got smoked, man, because I'm wrestling these guys that are 18. I didn't even have hair under my arms yet. You know, I'm wrestling these guys that like were, in my opinion, they were men already.
Yeah,
you know.
yeah.
And I was barely going through puberty.
That big boy muscle.
Yeah, my balls haven't dropped yet. You know? But it taught me a lot. And in wrestling, by my second year, I got rated number 2 in the state of California, and went on to the league, CIF, Masters, and took it, you know, as far as I can take it.
Yeah.
And but again, that goes back to the motivating. Anyone that tells you can't do something, you know, motivates me. Not just me, anybody can do that. But yes, I didn't start boxing physically till I was 17 years old, and a lot of my friends can attest to that. Local boys, 66 boys, that my dad had always had archives of fights, and he had boxing gloves, and so I thought, oh, why don't I grab all the boxing gloves?
Yeah.
And all the guys go to the backyard, we'll go to the schoolyard, and we'll all box for money.
Yeah.
And everyone was like, yeah, let's do it. So we'd all have, okay, you versus you, $5, boom, let's go, boom, and I would always have the good gloves. That's the secret they didn't know. Sorry, guys. I always had the good gloves. They got like the swap meet gloves.
Yeah,
you know?
yeah.
The ones you could buy in a bag at the
The
swap
ones
meet.
with the American flag and the
Yeah,
Mexican
exactly,
flag.
yeah. And I had like the Cleto Reyes real puncher glove. I was knocking everyone out. But yeah, so boxing goes way back. I did start late, so I wasn't supposed to be here. But yes, I did start late. 17 years old.
Yeah. Now, when you say that you weren't supposed to be here, what was your plan, or not your plan, but what was it that you thought you would be at? I mean, just club fighter type of thing, or
other people's opinion, not my opinion.
Okay.
I'm exactly where I need to be.
You've always wanted to be top fighter, just like in wrestling.
People don't literally visualizing everything. It's so true. I can remember being 10 years old. Now we're getting into some real stuff. I was 10 years old, and I'd be taking showers, and I would fill my mouth up with water, and I would pretend like blood goes flying. Oh, Molina goes down.
Yeah.
And Molina comes back, and this is stuff I was doing at 10 years old.
Yeah.
No one had to tell me this. Like, this was stuff that I was reenacting in my mind, and literally some of my fights went down like that. And so I don't know if there's something about that. Maybe it was destined to be, but I was visualizing it as a kid, and now here it manifested itself into me being a man where I'm at today.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So I mean that's pretty interesting. I don't know. I wonder if other professional athletes have done that.
Right. All right.
How much of it do you think is your father boxing? And then I was gonna ask you, did your grandfather ever fight too? Like, how long does the lineage go?
Yeah, it's like 3 or 4 generations of boxing. Okay. But I was the one that was able to take it to the next level.
All right.
My father, to this day, was a very aggressive man. Still is. You know, when I would get into, I guess, beef with other neighborhood kids, he would get their parents, okay, we're gonna fight, and the dads would be there, and these boys would be fighting. I remember very specifically one time where this guy wanted to fight. His dad went to my house. My dad said, all right, they want to scrap. They're going to go out in their yard and they'll fight. Yeah. And this was with no gloves. This was just boxing out, and there was 2 of them and one of me. I said, all right, let's do it. So one at a time. And I remember because this guy had an ear piercing on his eyebrow right here. And I remember, wham, I hit it. And it just, and after that, the parents, the aunts, uncles, everyone that was kind of in the house always respected me. Yeah. Oh, that kid, you know. And after we shook hands and we became friends. Yeah. After that, but I beat him down. And if they want to call me on it, they can call me on it, and I beat them down.
Both of them.
Both of them. Yeah, same day.
Nice.
That's good.
That's how we used to do back in the day. That's what it was, dude. You can't do that anymore. Like, I've never seen that nowadays. You can't do that.
No, but my dad would literally, if they want to fight, we're going to fight. But both of our pops were there. They were watching it, making sure, obviously, no one got killed. Right. But they're going to figure this out. And we did. Yeah. I mean, so I'm not that old where it's from a generation that's so far gone that it's unheard of. But it kind of is now. I mean, it's different. Yeah. It is different now, for sure.
Yeah, definitely is. You know, it's the whole, they call the pussification of America, you know. Like, they're just not letting these kids rough it up anymore.
Well,
you know?
We got a bunch of e-thugs out there.
Well, I'll tell you what, when I was growing up, I never knew what hand sanitizer was. Yeah. So, I mean, there's another, you know what I'm saying? That's like, true. I never knew what hand sanitizer.
And now everybody carries it in their backpack.
Well, no, I'm guilty as charged, man. I'll be there for, hold on, baby, let me clean my hands. Tell my girl, go clean your hands. You know, that's just...
So you think becoming a father made you that way, maybe?
No, damn. Being a father is the best thing that ever happened to me, but for sure, yeah. I mean, I look at the things that I did as a kid. I would never allow my kids to do half of it. It's just the times are different. Let alone, get on your bike and go for a ride outside.
Oh, yeah.
You can't do that anymore. You got a lot of psychos out here that are gonna go pick up the kids and you can't do that. But for me, I would go out for hours at a time.
Yeah.
It'd be no problem. Oh, I'm going to so-and-so's house. Bam, I'll be back before the light comes on. Yeah, cool. Yeah. Those are gone. Those days are gone.
Those special days are gone.
I remember that, how you said the lights. I remember that.
Oh, yeah.
The lights would go on, and I wasn't in. From far, to be down the street.
Just racing down back to get home.
Heard, faint. We could be with the little homies just playing, and I heard this whistle, this.
Your dad.
And it was my dad. He didn't whistle loud, but for some reason it was really loud, like a dog. The little. I think I was part dog.
Dog whistle.
And then I was like, oh shoot, the lights are on, just jamming home.
Yeah, you get home and still catch a beat down. I got beat down with my dad. That's another thing. These kids are punks, man. I got beat.
You can't
believe me. I pushed the envelope. Believe me, I did everything under the sun, but I got beat for it. So,
now you can't even touch the kids.
Oh, believe me,
you can't.
Someone try to tell me I can't beat my kids, I'm gonna beat them, and then I'm gonna beat my kids.
I don't think anybody's gonna fuck with you.
That's the way it is.
Wait till we get home.
That was it, dude. My dad would give us a look like, when you get home, I'm gonna get in that booty.
It's the look, dude. It's the look.
It's the look. Literally, because in my era, that's when the video cameras were coming out.
Yeah.
So you can see me and my sister playing, and we're fighting, and then all of a sudden he says, "Go." My dad like give us the look, and we just stopped. Boom! It just died right there. It's classic. Yeah,
it's the look, dude. I still use it. I've never hit my kid. I've never done it just because I don't feel like I have to. Yeah. Because I give him the look and he stops. Yeah.
And
he knows. You know.
I'm known in my family. I have that look with my son and my nieces and nephews.
Yeah.
Well, for I have 2 daughters, so God has a sense of humor. I don't have any boys. Either that or I'm doing something wrong. But literally, one time my daughter was pushing the envelope, my oldest daughter, and hey, it's time to go to bed, so let's get ready. Running back and forth on top of the bed in me and my wife's room, going back and forth. I said, look, I'm gonna tell you one more time. It's time for bed. I'm not messing around. My wife's putting the baby to sleep. Time to go to bed. Dang it. So at this point, she takes me serious, but I haven't really never cracked the whip on her and disciplined her. Yeah. Because right now we're best friends, as we should be. But yeah. I said, I'm going to tell you something, baby. I said, I'm going to get the belt. And if I get it, you're not going to like it. And I want her to digest it and understand it. And she looked at me and said, she laughed. All right. I grabbed the belt, got my belt. Boom. To this day, all I got to say is, do I need to get the belt? Nope. What do you need, Dad?
That's it.
She's on fire. Like, do I need the belt? Nope. What do you need, Dad? But she learned to respect. If I tell you to do something, don't make me tell you twice. Yeah. Because if I tell you twice, there's going to be some consequences. Yep. And see, they have it far better than I do, though. When I got my butt whooped when I was a kid, I got my butt whooped with probably, at best, a belt from Target. My daughter got beat with the Hermes belt. Okay, she had it better than me.
Yeah, those Hermes belts are nice.
No, it's probably one of the most retarded purchases I've ever made in my life. I thought I was a baller. Thought I was cool. We went to the is it South Coast Plaza? I don't know.
In Orange County?
Costa Mesa. Yeah. Costa Mesa. Yeah. So I tell my wife, you know what? I had just had a big fight and made a lot of money. And I told my wife, hey, we're gonna go drop some cash. We deserve it. Yeah. So I called the bank and said, hey, I'm gonna drop about $15K right now, and so don't freeze don't make me look like a fool. That's another story I can tell you. don't freeze it yet. So I go in there and I walk into the Hermes store, and I'm already making a name for myself, and these guys that are working there recognize me. Hey, Mr. Molina, how are you? And I'm like, okay, I'm gonna buy this buckle. I didn't know how these belts work. Yeah. So I've already accepted the fact that I'm gonna spend $350 on a buckle. Yeah. Okay, let's do it. Whatever. I earned it. I'm gonna spend it. Whatever. Yeah. So we go and get the buckle. We're chopping it up with these guys that are helping me. They're the sales rep, whatever. My wife's there. My wife is the most frugal woman you'll ever meet. So she balances everything. Yeah. And we get to the checkout counter, and Mr. Molina, that's a great bout. Da 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 da. They ring it up. They're okay. That'll be $950. My wife literally almost had a baby. And at this point, I can't be like, hey, I forgot my wallet, or I can't afford it. Right. So I'm like, yeah. My wife's like, I'll be outside. I'll catch you outside right now. I said, well, I thought it was $350. They said, yes, it is $350, but you need to buy the belt with it, and the belt's the extra $500 on top of tax, counts like $950. Yeah. I was like, yeah, no problem. Here you go. Run it. That was the first time in my life I actually ever felt guilty, because you know how much groceries $950 could have bought? Yeah. When times are hard, and there's electric bills that need to get paid and gas bills that need to get paid. Yeah. And I'm out there dropping $950 on a belt that probably costs literally $30 that I can get at Target. Yeah. Probably better at Target. So to me, it was the first like, okay, I gotta slow down because that's not cool. You know what I mean? So,
you know, most people drop more. Like they drop 30, 40, 50, 60, 70,000 on a car.
Yeah.
And you did it on a belt.
I did it on about 950, but here's the thing. It was a piece of leather to where I wear it every. My daughter's probably gonna wear it in high school. We're gonna get our money's worth out of that one. But literally, spending that money aimlessly and not responsibly, having a family makes you think different now.
Yeah.
And I didn't want to do it that way because you never know, man. You know, what if I go out and get hit by a car?
Yeah.
You know, and then what?
Right.
You know, so you got to respect money. You got to, when you make good money, you got to respect it,
right.
and you can't take it for you know, for granted, because it could be gone here today, gone tomorrow.
Yeah.
Literally, and that was one of those pivotal points. And I was in New York with Jim Lampley. I don't know if you guys know who Jim Lampley is. Yeah, the commentator. And we're talking, and I was getting awarded for Fight of the Year with Lucas Matista in New York. So me and my wife are there, and Jim Lampley, we're good friends. He pulled me aside. He said, "Man, I'm proud of you. You're doing well for yourself. You're doing good. You know, you're fighting with Al Heyman and this, that, and the other." I said, "You know what? It's about my family, and I'm playing the good card, the good guy card. You know, it's about my family, and I'm not worried about this money." And he looks at me, and it's him and his wife, and he says, "You know what, John? I believed you up until I saw that Hermes belt." Because he's big in the product, like, you know, stuff like that.
Yeah.
I guess fashion or whatever, brands, whatever you want to call it. And I said, there's a story behind that, which is the story I just told you guys.
There you go.
I said, there's a story behind it, guys.
Yeah.
So don't get me wrong. If I could have got it at Ross, I would have, but I didn't. So.
Well, we'll do a shout out to Jim Lamp. If you ever want to hear that story, come check us out. How We Talk Podcast,
exactly.
all one word.
There you go, Jim.
Oh man.
Does your daughter know like where you're at with your career, and does she watch you and stuff?
My oldest does, and my youngest one. My oldest is barely starting to understand the concept.
Okay.
She goes, all my fights, I bring her in the ring after every fight. So this last fight with Red Catch, which was December, which was another barn burner.
Oh man, you gotta catch that one if you didn't see it, dude.
That I'm always in.
Yeah.
But I specifically have my daughters there on purpose, because any man out there watching this podcast right now, can you imagine seeing another man walking up to your child and smacking him in the face or taking something away from them? What would you do to him?
Right.
So it kind of motivates me even more when I fight. So my girls are there, you know, and they still don't quite understand the concept that being punched hurts and there's pain involved and danger. Right now they're just cheering like, go, 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 daddy, hit him, hit him. But they don't understand the concept behind it. So I have them there very specific. They're at all my fights.
Oh, that's good.
Know? So yes, they are, but a lot of people would say, "Oh, you shouldn't bring your kids to the fights," but I gotta have them there. I want them to know what I do for them.
Understanding whether it's a win or a loss.
Yeah. You know, my daughter's been to every fight. That my youngest, we're on the fence about bringing her to this next fight, because this next fight is going to be another barn burner. And my oldest will be there for sure, but my youngest, she's 2.5, so I'm not too sure she's ready to sit there. One, it'll be harder for my wife because she wants to be focused, and it's going to be hard with a 2.5-year-old. And two, I don't know if she can comprehend what's really going on. You know, God forbid something happens and I get hurt. I don't want her to see that. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
So, I mean, I don't know. We'll decide. We got some time to decide for that.
Now, you know, back to that Red Catch fight, that Ivan fight that you had a year ago almost, right? December 2017, right?
Yes, 2017.
Now that fight,
9 months, I believe.
9 months, yeah. I mean, you were down. I mean, everybody thought this guy was gonna lose, and he comes up and, like John Molina does, one punch power, knocks this dude out. Oh, it took a little bit more than a punch, you know.
Well,
but
what happened was, I attribute that to the year off. I had a year off before that fight, and you can spar all you want, but until you get in the ring, live fire, there's nothing will ever truly match that. And case in point, perfect example is because your adrenaline levels through the roof. You're sparring, but you know it's not for keeps. So if you mess up in sparring, it's not a big deal.
Yeah,
it's not going to affect your bank account. It's not going to affect your livelihood. It's not going to affect. Now, when you're fighting under the lights and this guy's got the little gloves on, he's literally trying to kill you.
Yeah,
the adrenaline's at a different level, so you can never fully mimic that adrenaline level. So I attribute my timing being off to that.
Okay.
I was never out of the fight. I got my bell rung. I got dropped, but I never respected the man as to where I felt like he can end me. And when he hit me and he thought he won the fight, that was his biggest mistake.
He was celebrating.
He was celebrating.
He was up on the ropes.
And I know the guy very well. And in the middle of the fight, he stuck his tongue out at me. And I'm big on respect. And I was like, that was very disrespectful.
Yeah.
And immediately following that tongue being stuck out, wham, I just lit him up. And to this day, Molina, good fight, Ukrainian. He was on the team, Olympic team with Lomachenko.
Okay.
And I still have a bad taste in my mouth from that. Oh, could we have a rematch? It's like, well, one, no, because your name brings nothing of value to the table.
Right.
You know, and at the end of the day, it is a business. And two, it's like, don't disrespect me.
Yeah.
And I don't know if you're trying to psych yourself out, but no, I respect every man that gets in that squared circle, because we're not throwing a ball and seeing how far we can catch the ball. You know, we're not trying to hit a ball.
Yeah.
There's no disrespect to every other sport, but we're in there fighting.
You're causing pain to the other person.
We're physically fighting.
Yeah.
We're in the sport where to win or lose, it physically hurts. And if any fighter ever lies to you and tells you that he don't feel every punch in that ring, he's full of crap, because I feel everything in that ring.
Oh, yeah.
We're just trained not to.
Yeah.
And that's how brutal this sport is. It literally, it's not for every man.
Yeah.
It's definitely not for every man.
What do you think, to you, what hurts more, is the sport or the business in the sport? The business side of it. Because now we've heard, rumors of how crazy it is with certain promoters, like what happened with Mike Tyson, Julio Cesar Chavez from back in the day. They got screwed by their promoters. Is that business pretty?
They're both vicious. I mean, you gotta be one step ahead of the game always. Just like in life, you're a man, you're a father, you gotta take care of your family. You know, no one's gonna look out for you like you're gonna look out for you. No one's gonna watch your kids like you're gonna watch your kids. Right. So your career is the same thing. No one's gonna look out for your career like you're gonna look out for your career. So you got to be on your P's and Q's. You got to know what's coming out of that gate, so to speak.
Understand the business.
You need to know what it is, and that's why being a veteran is invaluable, because the experience that I've gained in these 11 years as a pro, that I've been a pro now, you can't buy that.
Yeah.
I've learned. I've made plenty of mistakes. I've fallen on my face, and I've got up, and I've fallen on my face. And literally, that there is something to come with experience. That goes a long way. Yeah. See, where people mess up is by the time they gain that experience, their body's done. So they can't put the 2 and 2 together. Yeah. So given the fact that I didn't start fighting until I was 17 years old, I was able to gain that experience, and my body's still there. Yeah. So now I can utilize both of them together and be that much more dangerous. Yeah. That's why I'm still here. That's why I'm still relevant.
The journey is not over for you.
Nowhere near over. And I'm not just saying that because I need a paycheck. That's not what it is. Don't get me wrong. The money's great. Yeah. But I'm doing it because this is what I know. This is what I love to do. This is how I feed my family. And if my body were to ever tell me, John, it's time to stop, I will stop, because I love my daughters and I love my wife and I love my family more than the sport of boxing. Yeah. But the reason why I compete and still participate in the sport of boxing is because of my family. Yeah. You know, when I started this game, I was single and I wasn't married. So it was about me. I wanted to gain everything for me. Right. But as soon as I had a kid, that all changed, man. I swear to you on everything, I could wear what I'm wearing right now for the rest of my life. As long as I knew my family had a full belly at night and they did everything they ever wanted to do in life, I'll die a happy man. Yeah. I would literally die a happy man. And I'm not just saying that to win Father of the Year. I'm not just saying that to win Husband of the Year. Believe me, I'm not perfect, man. And my wife can attest to that. I'm not perfect.
Well, none of us are.
But what I'm saying is my priorities are in order and my family comes first. I'll walk through hell twice with a smile on my face for my family.
Now, and that's great, but the heart, you have the heart of a lion. You don't give up. You're one of those guys that just doesn't tap out. You're going to be in there until they drop you. They have to literally stop you. You cannot get up anymore. I mean, you're done. Your heart can only take you so far. It's your body that you're able to be resilient, for all these fights at your age. How much of it is your diet and your training?
Oh,
do you overtrain your body? Do you feel you overtrain at times?
No. Here's the key. Here's that in a nutshell, and I'm glad you brought that up. In a nutshell, literally, this game is so antiquated when it comes to getting ready. Everyone watches Rocky. They wake up at 5 in the morning, run, drink 5 eggs, and think they're ready to fight. Right. That's not the way the game goes.
Damn, I've been doing it wrong the whole time.
I told you. Okay, get his feedback. Yeah. Literally, that's not how the game is. It's not what it's about. Sports strength and conditioning coaches and nutritionists are frowned upon in my sport because they're new.
Okay.
They're new to the game. And with this trainer who's developed 20 world champions in the past before, he's never had a strength and conditioning coach or a nutritionist.
Mm-hmm.
So when these guys come in, they're like, who the hell is this guy? We know how to do it.
Yeah.
Well, with my nutritionist and my strength and conditioning coach, he's very unique, very intelligent. Case in point, Provodnikov.
Mm-hmm.
I was 11-1 underdog for that fight.
Yeah.
And I threw over 1,100 punches that fight. I was nowhere near exhausted. I weighed in at 139.5, 0.6. The next day I weighed 160. And it wasn't because I ate pizzas and
Pasta.
chicken. No. It wasn't that. It was, I had one meal and from the weigh-ins to the fight, I had one meal.
Damn.
Because it was specifically done. I allowed science to take over.
Yeah.
And I said, you know what? I told him, I literally told my strength and conditioning coach, I said, dude, I'm going to believe you because I'm going to believe you. This is my career. This is my livelihood is on the line.
Yeah.
Going into this fight. And I told him, so either I'm all in or I'm not.
Yeah.
I can't halfway be in and halfway.
No,
so on this one, I went all in.
Yeah.
And literally the week of the fight, I drank 17 pounds of water in one day. Was afraid to do it.
Yeah.
Literally, no one knows this, but I have VADA who come and they test you.
Yeah.
This is gonna segue into another small story. So, I'm at the gym and we're doing strength and conditioning, and my wife's calling me, babe. Someone keeps calling our gate to come into our gate,
Yeah.
you know, to let them into the house. I said, no, I'm at the gym, babe. I haven't called. She's like, well, they keep calling and you know, I just not answering. So, at my community, I got to buzz you in and let you in.
Yeah.
So I said, all right, I'll be home. I was down the street from the gym. I get out, I'm driving. I'm like, oh, it's going down. I'm at the spot right now. Getting pumped, ready. I'm going to punk somebody.
Yeah, yeah.
I'm going to punk him. And I look like a nerd anyway. But I'm going to punk this guy.
Yeah.
So I roll up and this guy's at the gate. Doo-doo-doo. Hey, I jump out of the car. You know, I live in the mean city of Laverne. So there's some real gangsters out there, you know.
All those bears.
Real cholos. Yeah.
Streets.
Yeah. So the guy, Mr. Molina, how are you? I'm so-and-so from VADA. I'm here to test you.
Yeah.
I said, oh my God, I apologize. I said, yeah, I'm sorry. I said, I'll buzz you in. And if you miss your test twice, once, they'll give you a partial okay.
Yeah.
So 2 times, it's considered a fail. And then you're banned and you get fined and all kinds of, and I'm not talking a fine like 20 grand. I'm talking a fine like 6 figures.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, so it's not fun.
Fuck.
And so I invite them in. They sit in my house, they wait. It's about 10 o'clock at night. And they're waiting. My kids are asleep. My wife's up. And, okay, I got to take a piss. And then they take my blood. And okay, and they're on their way. But that's part of the game. They have to be allowed to do that. You sign a contract getting into that. But that is part of the game. What was it leading up to that? I got segued into
the training, the health.
Okay, so
health and conditioning.
The strength and conditioning. So this guy, I listened to him. I drank the 17 pounds of water. And when I told VADA that, I said, hey, I just drank literally 17 pounds of water, which equates to, I think it's 11 pounds. It equates to 2 gallons of water. So, because I had to take a piss,
yeah.
And my piss is going to be all diluted. It's going to be literally water. There's going to be no color or anything. So I had to give him a heads up. So I took a piss, and there had to have been enough whatever is in pH inside your piss to test it.
Yeah.
And he was like, whoa. He's like, I don't know if this is going to be acceptable. I said, well, I told you what I did. Here's the gallons. Bam. There's the water I drank.
Yeah.
And they tested right then. They said, okay, it passes. But back to the science of it, this guy literally, like a mad scientist, dialed my body in. It's the best I've ever felt.
Yeah.
And what he's doing single-handedly is taking the dramatics out of boxing, because the reason why boxing is so competitive, dramatic, if you will, is because both of these fighters are on an even playing field, and they're doing it the old school fashion way, antiquated way of running, sweating, wearing a sauna suit to lose weight, sitting in the sauna, which is completely horrible for your body.
Yeah.
And we're not doing that. So proof is in the pudding, and the proof in my career is I've been the fighter in recent history to pull the fight out of the fire most times than anyone else.
Yeah.
I've been down, I've been gone, I've been out, and still able to come back and get the victory. And that's because I have the wherewithal about me, because of my conditioning, because of my body. That's the only reason why. Well, that and my heart. You can't teach heart.
No, that's one thing you can't teach. You can't train.
No, I'll never give up, and I've instilled it in my daughters. I told my daughters, I said, we don't stop until it's over. And my daughter, she's 5 years old. She's a gymnast. She does really well.
Nice.
And she tells me, Daddy, I'm Molina. We don't give up until it's over, right?
That's awesome.
I said, that's right.
Yeah.
So we don't stop until it's over.
That's awesome.
So, and literally, I'm not exaggerating. My daughter told me that today.
Yeah.
We went to a jump park. Don't tell anyone. And she said, Daddy, I can do that because I'm Molina and we don't stop.
Yeah.
I was like, that's right, baby.
Hell yeah.
So
that's good. Going into a fight, you have Victor Ortiz in 35 days.
Who's counting?
Short notice, huh?
No, it's it may look like short notice, but there's a lot of moving parts in this business, so to speak. But yeah, I mean,
a lot of red tape.
A lot of I's need to be dotted and T's need to be crossed before we can announce officially. So it may sound like short notice, but no. I mean, short notice for the public, yes, but not for the fighters at hand.
Yeah. Where I was getting to that is where aside or along with your daily regimen from the time you wake up to the time you go to bed, what do you do? But where's your mind at?
My family. Literally, it's my family. I see my kids. I see my kids. I see them happy, not a care in the world. And it wasn't that long ago where I was that kid. So I'm different. A lot of fighters like to go to camp. If I go to camp, it'll have a reverse effect on me. I got to sit here and see why I'm fighting, why I'm doing what I'm doing. Because it sure as hell is not for me. It's for my family. Yeah. And I think that's what carries me over. But my daughter made a comment the other day, Daddy, I can't wait to be an adult. And I told her, hold on, baby, slow down. I said, let mommy and daddy worry about the responsibilities, because when I was a kid, I didn't know what responsibility was. All I knew was, Mom, is there any Hot Pockets? Is there frozen burritos that we can heat up and eat? And, you know, oh, so-and-so's coming over to spend the night. That I didn't know what responsibility, no, here's the better word. I didn't know what stress was.
There you go.
Until I was an adult. And I have a family of my own, and people don't realize that. So I told my daughter, baby, slow down, enjoy being a kid. There's gonna be plenty of time for you to be an adult. Yeah. And I try to articulate that to a 5-year-old. It's hard because she's 5. Right. But I'm trying to tell her, just let mommy and daddy worry about the the big boy things, you know, the big girl things. Let us worry about that. You enjoy being a kid. Who do you want to have a sleepover? You school, you got gymnastics. Those are your worries, baby. Yeah. Everything else is mine, and that's what motivates me, because I want life to continue to do that. You know, I've been blessed to do well in the sport of boxing, and financially speaking, I've been blessed to do well. And I'm friends with everybody. I'm still in the same neighborhood I live in. I'm still in the same area, so to speak, that I grew up in, and I see the struggle, bro. I see it, and sometimes I think to myself, what would I be doing if there was no boxing? You know, my wife is very sharp. She's a college graduate. I had to make sure one of us had a brain, you know, when boxing's over. But it's not easy. I'm sure you guys can attest to it. Right. Being a man, having a house, having kids, putting groceries, make sure the electric bill's on time. Yeah. Make sure your cell phone bill's paid. Yep. Make sure your car note's paid. Make sure you have insurance, health insurance for your kids. Yep. That ain't easy, bro. I respect every man. Every man that has a 9-to-5 job, I respect every man that does that for their family, because that is not easy. Yeah, I do the same thing. I just do it in the ring. Yeah. And that's what people need to realize. You know, life is good. Yes. I've been blessed to make some great money. Yes. But I have the same worries and the same stress that you guys have. Yeah. And you guys meaning everybody in the world. Right. So let's not take that for granted. You know, be thankful for what you have, because, you know, I'm very, very, very thankful for my family. That's what it comes down to, man. That's my... Honestly, my idea of a good time is being in bed, maybe on my phone watching some YouTube. Yeah. Maybe knowing that my kids are asleep, the house is cool because we got the AC going, and there's not a worry in the world. Yeah. That is my idea of a good time. Now, if you would have asked me that 8 years ago, I would have said, I need the Mercedes, I need the biggest suite up in MGM, I need the new clothes. I've done that. I bought the new cars. I had cars that were getting... the registration was going old because I wasn't driving them, so I sold them, and I paid cash for these cars. Damn. I had the slingshot when it first came out. I went over there and bought one cash. Boom. Sold it in 3 years. Got 3 tickets like a knucklehead and sold it. I had that. And you know what? I had the nice new shoes. Just to make it more easier terms to understand. I had the nice new shoes.
The Hermes belt.
And the Hermes belt. And guess what? I woke up the next morning feeling the same person.
Yeah.
Like the same person. So that's when I took a step back and said, wait a minute. I am the same person, but now I'm just that much more money less than what I had yesterday.
Right.
So all these kids that are up there trying to come up, oh, I want this, I want the flashy that. Dude, it's for the birds, bro. Coming from experience, I got it.
Yeah.
I have it, believe me. I spent a lot of money, and I woke up the next morning feeling the exact same.
That's good, man.
Oh yeah.
Just that sense of being humble. He's only 35. Like, that's really good.
So people need to realize that money's not everything. Your family is. And believe me, I don't want the award of family or dad of the year, father of the year, husband of the year. I don't want that award. I'm just being brutally honest, because if you guys can learn from my mistakes, God bless you. Yeah. God bless you. Learn from my mistakes. Don't try to get the best. If you want the best for your family, that's a whole nother thing. But don't go out there and try to keep up with the Joneses, man, because that's for the birds. Believe me. Believe me, it's not good.
But it's definitely not easy for these kids right now, because with social media, that's all it is.
That's
all they're portraying is money. Is look what I have, look what I'm driving. You know, look who's
Don't get me wrong, man. My life, I'll put on social media. I'm not flexing, but I'm proud of what I got.
Oh yeah,
because I worked my butt off for
it. You earned it.
Yeah.
So you know, sometimes I take a step back and I'll decide on what I'm gonna put on social media, because I want people to look at me like, look at this guy. Yeah, life is good.
Yeah.
It's not, dude. It's not that it's not good. It's great. It's great. But I have the same stress that every man that goes to bed and lays his head on that pillow goes to bed with. I have the same stress. And that's what people don't realize.
Yeah.
And the same thing. I can have $1 million in the bank and I'll have the same stress. Believe me. Believe me. So stop chasing your tail. Focus on the real things. You know, an old man once told me, kid, don't forget to stop and smell the roses. And I looked at him like, what the hell are you talking about? Now I know what it means. Now I know what it means. I go to Baskin Robbins, get my daughter a $2 ice cream. You know how happy she's gonna be? That's the important stuff in life. That's what's important. That literally, man, I'm telling you, bro. I may sound like a fool, but I'm being honest. That's what makes me tick. That's why I fight the way I fight for my family.
That's good. It's real good. So what is a day in a life in your training season, like
camp? So in camp,
in
camp right now we're working. I am very blessed to have this day off. I wasn't gonna have today off, but my nutritionist called me and said, today we need to recover because we killed it yesterday.
Cool.
And the recovery is just as important as the work ethic or the work. And so literally I was in bed. My daughters wake up usually about 7 a.m. My youngest woke up at 4 in the morning. Daddy, come get. So I had to go in her room, carry her, bring her in our room, and she slept in the room. And then when that happens, I know my wife doesn't sleep because she cannot sleep only with me in the bed, I hope. But literally only with me in the bed. So she probably didn't sleep that well. But my daughter's 2.5, and she's going through that phase right now because her molars are coming out. And so it's you know, teething, whatever. So she can't sleep through the night. And I can sleep fine. I don't care. I have her on me. My wife can't sleep with just me and her in the bed. And we're not big people, and I have a king size bed, but she needs like her space.
She needs everything.
So I know. And right now when I'm in camp, you know, God bless my wife, because she takes the girls, man. Like, I'm with them, I'm there, but she's there. Like, they're with her at the store. She's there on time for school. They're dressed, they're fed, the house is clean, dishes are washed. Not in a chauvinistic way, but just because she's my team player. And you know, gymnastics is on time. So I gotta take my hat off to my wife, man. Don't get me wrong, she nags. She's a pain in the butt, but I love her. You know what I mean? So, but now, a typical day, I wake up. I usually get to bed about 12 or 11 not at night, 12 a.m. or 11 p.m. And I wake up about 7. We'll wake up because the girls wake up, but I'll go back to sleep till about 9. Then I'll hit the boxing gym at 11, and then I'll do my boxing. Depending on what is priority first, being body performance or boxing, I'll do either or. If it's a boxing day, boxing comes first, and then strength and conditioning after. If it's a body performance day first, we'll go there first, and then boxing after.
Yeah.
So it all depends on, but it's literally like a 9 to 5. It's 8-9 hours of work.
Yeah.
Every day.
That's one of the, like you were mentioning, one of the perks of not really going out for camp and keeping it local.
Yeah.
And just kind of keep it the same day to day, right?
Because at camp it would be very specifically about boxing. Literally, there's no outside distractions.
Right.
Yeah, I'll have social media, but that's about as far as it goes.
Yeah.
But for me, if you take my family away from me, you kill me. Literally, I need to have my family with me.
Yeah.
If you take my comfort zone away from me, I become depressed. I become, I don't know, just, I can care less. I'm not as motivated to do what I do.
Yeah.
Now, when I have my family and I see my daughters, okay, gotta go to work, gotta grind, gotta bust it out.
Now you know why you do what you do.
And not everyone's that way. People prefer camp. I don't.
Yeah.
You know, to me, it has a reverse effect. So that's just me in itself. But you're right. I see my family. I see my daughters. I see them laugh. They come and lay in bed with me for about a good half hour, and then I get up and go to work. And my daughter, she knows boxing as Boom Boom, my youngest. Daddy, you gotta go to Boom Boom today? Yeah. No, don't go today. I got to, baby. I'm gonna get my butt kicked if I don't. Yeah. Okay, you go Boom Boom. You come back with me to sleep? Yeah, I'll put you to sleep. Don't worry about it. I got you. Okay, Daddy. I'll see you in a little while. Yeah. But it's kind of cool because my youngest is old enough to have a conversation now, so it works out.
Now, when is your off season? You know, obviously when you're not in the middle of camp or training, when is your what do you do in your off season?
There really is never a off season, so to speak, in boxing, because there's no season in boxing.
Correct. It's not like football, basketball, where you know your time.
But when I don't have a date, so to speak, I am always in the gym no matter what. Now, strength and conditioning may not be as focused. We just try to keep the engine idling, for lack of a better term.
Right.
Because you never want to let your body go so far that you can't get it back. Yeah. So, and believe it or not,
you don't want to Maidana.
No, not Maidana, who actually was a roommate of mine for.
Oh, was he?
4 months when we were in camp together. Yeah. No, which God bless him. You know, Maidana, when we first shared a hotel room, right, that door to door next to each other, that guy never wanted to box. Yeah. He's like, I'm done with this. He's like, I box because they pay me well. Yeah, shit. And that was before the Broner fight for him. And then he got into the Broner fight. Then he had the Mayweather fight. And then he gets a phone call and says, guess what? You're fighting him again. Hit the jackpot again. Yeah. And he was ready to retire after the Amir Khan fight. But he just did it because
payday after payday after payday, man.
He did well for himself.
Yeah.
I'm not counting another man's money, but I think he made well over $12 million.
Oh yeah.
So, good for him, man. He's a good guy, and hopefully he does well with his money outside of boxing. Yeah. We know he hasn't missed a meal. That's for damn sure.
No, he hasn't.
He hasn't missed a meal, but God bless him. He deserves it, man. Yeah. Matissa just retired.
That's right. Yeah.
I gave him a shout out. Good guy, good fighter.
That was your fight of the year.
Yes, hell of a warrior.
Hell of a fight.
Unfortunately, we never got a chance to do it again. But I'm happy for him. He retired with all his wits about him, and in this game, it's brutal and it's dangerous, man. If you retire with all your wits about you, you did something right.
Right.
So it's good for and a nice paycheck on the way out. So it's good.
Now you've mentioned that you're halfway there. You're not even close considering ending this. I mean, you're still going. Now, what have you thought of the post boxing? Because I hear your interviews, and you know the game inside and out, and you're very smart, man. I mean, the way that you explain fights, it's not like when you hear other guys, you know, just talking. They're like, yeah, you know, like, you know, boxing. You know, it's kind of like one of the guys I think of right now is
Paulie.
Oh, damn. How do you know that?
Paulie's a
smart dude, knows boxing inside and out.
That's what I like. Look, no disrespect to any of these commentators.
That's Paulie Molina Jr.
Because they're I'm friends with all of them. I'm literally friends, but I respect a man that's actually walked in my shoes as opposed to a man who's been a spectator his whole life.
Right, like us. Talking shit.
No, literally.
No, I know.
I don't like these guys that never been in a slap boxing match in their life. Yeah. And they're going to tell me how to do things, or this guy should be doing that, leading with this. And it's like, man, you don't know. You never been in that situation.
Right.
You never been in a dressing room at the MGM Grand 126 million homes with 26,000 in attendance, and 5 minutes later, in 5 minutes, Showtime walks up, Molina, you're walking in 5 minutes. They don't know that feeling. They don't know that feeling.
Yeah.
Oh, and guess what? I'm not going out to play catch with someone. I'm going out to beat someone down, to fight somebody.
To get hit
so
in
do
the
you
face.
remember when you were a grammar school kid? I'm going to meet you at 3 o'clock
3 o'clock.
at the park, fool.
Yeah.
It's on. Circle K for all you Covina heads. Circle K.
Circle K.
Going to meet you at Circle K. We're going to get down. And
Yeah.
you remember that feeling where you're like,
Yeah.
oh, shoot, like, damn, it's going to go down. Like, we're going to fight. We're going to scrap. Now, times that by a million.
Yeah.
126 million homes watching you. 23,000 in attendance with
Yeah.
Floyd Mayweather ringside watching you, with every sports commentator in the world watching every move you're making.
Yeah.
And so Showtime walks up and says, hey, you got 5 minutes to walk. And then literally my dressing room goes quiet. I'm like, I wonder if he's going to show up. That's a great line. I wonder if the guy's going to show up. And then they say, okay, Molina, time to walk. All right, guys, let's go. Give my dad a kiss. Boom. And your gloves. I'll see you on the other side. Let's go. Now it's go time. Now the mind changes. Now it's when you're walking out. So you walk underneath the hallway out the MGM. You get to the tunnel of getting into the arena. And right when the arena sees you, just, they go nuts. All these guys are drunk. They got their drinks and they're kick it out.
Yeah.
Fuck you, Molina. You're gonna get smoked. You're gonna get beat down. It's like, man, I'm glad you're having a good time, but I gotta go to work right now.
Yeah.
I gotta go to work right now. And literally, it's not work. It's I'm fighting for my life.
Yeah.
And as barbaric as it sounds, if that guy can kill me, he's gonna do it.
Yeah.
And if I can do it, I'm gonna do it. I know people say, well, he shouldn't say that. He's trying to kill someone. That's unsportsmanlike. Like, I'm sorry, but this is my business.
Yeah.
This is what I do. If you kill me, you may feel bad. You know, publicly, you're going to give a media conference, and I feel bad for a second. And you do. You feel bad.
Right.
But if you kill me, that's got to be the mindset you're going to have to get into this game. Because I'm trying to hurt you.
Yeah.
What am I? I'm trying to knock you out, but just enough to knock you out.
Right.
No, you can't. Then you're not going to be a fighter.
Yeah.
I'm physically trying to hurt you. I'm trying to take your life.
Yeah.
This is what I'm doing. Literally. And people don't realize, oh, I want to box because it's going to be fun. It's going to be, it's competitive. And I'm going to tell you, no, man, if you're not ready to lose your life in that ring, do not get involved.
Yeah.
Because that's what I've given so much to the sport of boxing. And I know the dirty, not dirty, but how vicious the game is. I know going into this fight with Victor Ortiz, one of us may not walk out of that ring. I know that for a fact.
Yeah.
I'm okay with that. I've accepted that. If I die because I'm bettering my family, so be it.
Yeah.
Don't get me wrong. I want to spend every moment with them.
Right.
But I'm doing it for them.
Yeah.
But literally, what I'm telling you guys right now, and you're hearing it first, there can be an opportunity. There can be a chance that one of us will not walk out of that ring.
Yeah.
It's come September 30th. I'm okay with that. There's times I go to bed at night and I wake up because I thought the fight was tomorrow. Because your mind's thinking about the fight. People don't realize it. They think, oh, he's working. It's not about that. You're thinking about a fight. Me and Victor are friends. But I'm not going there to have a conversation with him.
Yeah.
I'm going there to hurt him. I'm going to knock him out. I'm not going to knock him out just enough to where he's okay. I'm going to take him out. And you better believe he's doing the same thing for me.
Yeah.
He's every day he's thinking of me and how I can knock this guy out. Every night before he goes to bed, he's thinking about how am I going to lay John Molina out. Every night before I go to bed, I think about how am I going to lay Victor Ortiz out.
Yeah.
This is the reality of our sport. And that's why there's a saying, you don't play boxing. We're not playing it. I'm not going to have a podium right there. We're not going to have a debate. We are going to physically and primally fight. I'm going to try to outdo you.
Yeah.
I'm going to try to knock you out against your will. That's like me taking your bottle from you. You wanted to fight for it. You're going to fight for it.
Right.
That's what I'm going to do to you. I'm going to try to take your life. Your livelihood.
Yeah.
I'm going to try to take food out of your kid's mouth. That's the seriousness of September 30th. That's why people don't want to miss that fight.
No way.
Yes, in a sportsman's way, it's going to be very competitive. But it's going to be one for the ages. I guarantee it.
Hell yeah. Can't wait.
I guarantee it.
Yeah, dude.
When does the whole time right now? When does this energy stop? How long after the fight, win or lose, does that energy stop?
It's hard, man. It's weird. It's literally as Hollywood as it seems when you watch Rocky and you hear Apollo and Rocky. Man, we can't just shut this off. We can't just. We're gladiators.
Yeah.
As humorous as it sounds, it's what it is. What I do is I'm a gladiator. That's why that's my nickname. I fight.
Yeah.
When I go on the streets, I don't fear any man. I don't look like a fighter. If you don't know I was a fighter, you think I work on computers.
Yeah.
Because this is how computers. Because this is how computer guys look, right?
Yeah.
But I don't fear any man, and that's not in a macho man. I'm not pumping my chest and saying I'm King Kong. I'm not gonna fight. Believe me, I don't want to fight.
Right.
If you weigh over 147 pounds, you'll probably kick my ass.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, I'll tell a guy that. But that's like me going up to a carpenter and say, hey, I bet you I could build a better cabinet than you.
Yeah.
It's not going to happen.
Right.
That's like me going to a cop saying, I bet you I can arrest that guy better than you can.
Yep.
You're going to tell me that you can fight better than me? I train 6 days a week to fight? No chance, bro.
Yeah.
I'm going to hit you one time. You're never going to know what hit. You're going to be like, what the hell is that?
Right.
That's just reality. I'm not going to go to a professor and tell you, hey, I can tell you that equation better than you can. It's not going to happen. That's why when I see a guy, there's no fear in me when I'm out with my family and my friends, and I see a guy popping up and he's 3 times my size. Well, all those big, muscly, strong guys, guess what? There's no muscles from here to here.
Yeah.
You can't go, oh, look how strong that is. No.
Yeah.
Boom, go to sleep. That's it.
Yep.
But I don't have to prove myself. My proof is in the ring.
Mm-hmm.
You know, it's like the guy that's driving a Corvette. He's not speeding down the street because he knows he has it. He don't have to do it. The guys that are usually driving a Pinto.
Mm-hmm.
You know, those are the guys that are doing that because they want to show, look, I can do it. Look what I can do. I get paid to fight. I don't want to fight for free.
Yeah.
But this game is brutal, man. It's vicious, and I think the 30th is going to be something special.
Yeah.
I know Victor well. He knows me well. The fact that the fight got made is very exciting for boxing. If you read what people anticipate is nothing but fireworks, other than the haters. But you're doing something right if you have haters.
Yep.
And I'm in it to win it. And it's not about me. It's about my family.
Yeah.
So if you got me down and out, you better make sure my heart's not beating anymore because I'm going to get back up.
Oh, yeah.
And if I get back up, I'm coming after you. And I'm coming for the kill.
Yep.
Literally speaking. That's
good.
not me trying to talk like a macho man. That's not me selling you a fake story. That's me being real with you. This is my mindset. With my literally the last 4 nights, I haven't been able to go to bed till 2 in the morning because I'm thinking about the fight.
Yeah.
It's on my mind. It's on my mind every night when I go to bed. When I lay my head down on the pillow, I'm trying not to think about it, but I can't. Because in order to not think about something, you have to think about it.
Right.
So it's like, you know, when you go through that breakup and your girlfriend like, oh, every song reminds me of her.
Yeah.
How do I get over it? It's the same bullshit. But literally, I'm tuned in. I'm tuned into the fight.
Mm-hmm.
I'm ready. And it's a very unique sport. It's, I think, one of the most unique, even more so than MMA. And I know MMA, oh, wait a minute, it's the same. No. I think ever since man has been able to stand on his 2 feet, this has been the way of taking care of yourself.
Yeah.
You know, not getting on the ground. Don't get me wrong, I respect that.
Yeah.
But this is it. And come September 30th, I'm going to have one of the best to ever do it come at me like this. I'm not going to go box my friend in the backyard. No, I'm one of the most respected guys that I respect in the sport.
Yeah.
He may have some chinks in his armor. People may say, oh, well, he's this or he's that, but he's still someone I have to deal with September 30th. So
Well, no, I'll tell you right now. I mean, you're not saying this. I'm saying this. And the stuff that I hear from Victor Ortiz, and everybody knows this, that he's a quitter. Everybody's talking about it right now in all the forums. He's a quitter. He's quit 2 times already. He's tapped out. He doesn't want to come out and fight. That's what people are talking about. Now, you got this guy, what people are saying, the quitter is going to fight the guy that never quits. Right? So just to tell you how the fight is probably going to go, right? That's what everybody's thinking.
It's intriguing. So here we go. Like, I got to expect the best Victor Ortiz.
Yeah.
If I don't, I can get hurt because the guy is real.
Mm-hmm.
I've tasted his power before. The guy has pop. One mistake, perfect example, Juan Manuel Marquez and Manny Pacquiao had 5 fights, I want to say. But in that one fight, at this level, one mistake caused Pacquiao to go to sleep and go to sleep bad.
Oh, yeah. I thought he was dead.
And it was one. It was a literally one little mistake of that.
Yeah.
At this level, anything can happen. And to put it in even better context, if I'm holding my 2-year-old daughter in my arms right here, and she said, "Daddy," and hits me in the mouth, I can still bleed.
Oh yeah.
Imagine a grown man who's a world-ranked fighter. Imagine what he's gonna do to me.
Yeah.
Think about that. To let that marinate a little bit in your brain for all you tough guys at home that think, "Oh, I can fight in the streets and I fight like this." I said, "What's up?"
Yeah.
Let that marinate.
Yeah.
My daughter can make you bleed.
Yeah.
Let alone a grown man who's trained 6 days a week.
Yeah.
So it's a very unique sport. What we do is no joke, and I respect every man that's ever done it, ever thinking about doing it. Get into a real fight and see what you're all about. There's nothing worse than, get into a boxing ring and fight someone that's trained to fight. Oh, I can kick this guy on the street. Yeah, but it's going to last longer than 30 seconds.
Yeah.
And then we're going to see what you're all about.
Right.
So, I mean, it's a brutal sport.
Well, that's why you have to have that, like you said, you have to have that mentality. For the last 4 days, you've been thinking about that fight.
I have, and
So,
I'm trying to get it out of my mind.
No,
I'm trying to, but I can't.
You can't, and you won't. So, like you said, he won't. He won't.
No, I won't.
And that's what makes him who he is, and that's what makes him. That's why he's gotten so far, in the sport. But like you said, September 30th, you guys heard it. John Molina,
I'm going to war.
He's going to war.
I'm not going to say a prediction. I'm not going to disrespect Victor Ortiz because I respect him. He's a friend of mine. I respect what he's done in the game. It's nothing personal. It's business.
Yeah.
It just so happens that our business is violent. It's violence. That's my business. That's what I do. It's pain, and I'm gonna bring it.
Yeah.
I'm bringing it with every heartbeat in my heart. I'm gonna fight that night, literally. And it's not easy walking into your dressing room the night of the fight. It's not easy getting the call from TV. All right, we're walking in 2 minutes.
Yeah.
It's not easy checking into your dressing room the 2 hours before the fight. Dude, have you ever been nervous talking in front of somebody?
Oh, yeah.
Times that by a million. Literally. And now you got to go fight somebody.
Yeah.
And every punch you feel, whether it's a grazing punch in your arm, a grazing punch right here, you feel everything. And then when you get caught, getting knocked out doesn't hurt. But the accumulative punches, the adding up of the punches, the next day you feel like you're hit by a damn train.
Oh yeah.
Literally. I mean, we're fighting. We're trying to kill each other. I'm trying to give you guys a very intimate insight on what it feels like walking out the MGM, walking out in New York, walking out at Staples Center, walking out at StubHub, walking out Ontario Citizens Business Bank Arena. That's too damn hard to say. I got a damn lisp. And
need that acronym.
People are gonna say, "Yeah, Molina's stuttering already. He talks like he has marbles in his mouth."
You try saying that. So.
Yeah, but don't miss this fight.
Yeah.
Because I promise you something special.
Yeah.
I really do. Don't miss this fight. If you're local, show up. If not, watch on FS1.
No, if you're not, get a plane ticket, fly out here.
Literally, the floor sold out within 2 hours, I believe.
Yeah.
There's not a bad seat in the house at the Citizens Business Bank Arena.
Yeah.
Don't miss this fight, man.
Yeah.
It's gonna be something special that night. It really is. And I'm excited, and I probably won't sleep tonight either. I've been taking naps because I'm thinking about the fight.
Yeah.
I'm still, like, even today when I woke up, I was like, "Oh, slow down. We're not even in September yet.
Yeah.
You gotta slow down a little." But it's like a fire burning on my chest. I can't explain to you guys what it feels like. I'm not a superhuman. I'm not a superhero. I'm a human, but I'm a gladiator, and there's no pun intended for that. But literally, I'm like trained. It's like holding a pit bull and trying to hold him back as he's ready to fight. It's the same thing. It's like trying to control me, and then I have my daughters in my hand, and it makes me human again. Like, all right, love my girls, but I'm ready to. My hands are like literally ready to fight, ready to go.
Yeah,
and it's only gonna get stronger as the fight date continues to get closer. So it's exciting, man. This business is crazy.
Oh yeah. Well, I'll tell you what, man. We can't wait for that fight, September 30th. You guys don't miss out on it. We wish you the best.
Thank you.
We hope to be there. We're gonna go get some tickets, just like you guys should too out there.
Yeah, it's gonna be
September 30th.
And the outfit, everyone knows me. My outfits are very unique.
Yeah.
My last fight was He-Man because I'm rocking our era. I don't care about my age. That's what it is. I'm rocking
80s, baby.
And this fight will be Karate Kid, and that was decided.
Yes.
That was decided before Cobra Kai came out. Although I'm a
good
fan,
show, though.
it is a great show. I binge watched it in 2 days.
Yeah.
And great show. And so
cool.
we got the whole Karate Kid. We got Mr. Miyagi, Daniel-san on one side. We got Cobra Kai on the other.
Yeah.
Nice.
The shirts that we're gonna make for the fight are gonna be amazing, and I think everyone's gonna enjoy it. And all the Covina heads I know will be in the house to represent me, because I represent our backyard.
Yeah.
The SGV.
For
That's
sure.
what I represent,
Oh,
and
yeah,
I'm gonna
for
put
sure.
it down for them.
You know, you said the Karate Kid. You got to get Hightone to do the Mr. Miyagi song.
Yeah,
for you.
exactly. Yeah. I gotta hit him up.
Yeah. Hightone.
I gotta hit him up on that. But no, man, I'm excited. The world's excited. I'm excited. My poor wife, man, she was they were doing a plug on it on TV the other day, and my wife was like, because they said, "Oh my God!" and just announced John Molina and Victor Ortiz. We know someone's getting knocked out that night.
Oh, yeah.
And then Virgil Hunter comes on, and who's a very well-respected trainer, Andre Ward's trainer, says, "Indeed, these two combatants are going to." You could see the smirk on his face, like this is a fight that's going to be like, wow.
He knows.
But that's everyone else's opinion.
Yeah.
Imagine what I'm thinking when I take a shower. Imagine what I'm thinking when I'm going to bed. Imagine what I'm thinking when I'm sweeping my patio in my house.
Yeah.
Imagine what I'm thinking when I'm driving home right now. Yeah, there's a fight. I can't wait to watch. Oh wait, I'm fighting. Yeah, wait a minute. I gotta perform that night.
Yeah,
Wait a minute. Everyone's like, yeah, it's gonna be a big fight, in Ontario, and yeah, all the locals. Hey, Molina, hey, yeah, I'll be fine. Then I'll catch you after the fight. I'm trying to stay normal, but it's hard.
Yeah.
It really is.
You mentioned that you got lucky to get this day off, dude. I want to thank you for giving us this time, for real, and just letting us. I watch boxing. I know a little bit about it. This put it into reality for me, into perspective, as far as the mindset.
Yeah.
But thank you times 1,000 for coming on here.
No, literally, I'm glad we homegrown, keep it in the SGV.
Yep.
Helping everyone else around us.
Yeah.
But yes, that unique, intimate insight of boxing, nobody knows.
Yeah.
There's been tidbits, but no one has been articulate enough to express or portray what really goes on. This is, and I think you guys got a taste of it today.
A little sneak peek.
A little taste of what it feels like.
For sure.
Maybe from my word to your ears, because I experience it.
Mm-hmm.
I literally experience it every time. 37 times to be exact, professionally.
Yeah.
So it should make that much more intrigue for you guys to tune in and watch the fight, because I'm a real person. I bleed like you.
Yeah.
I take a dump like you. I put my underwear on the same way you do. Only difference is I fight at night. That's it. But I don't want people to get it misconstrued. My work is no different than your 9 to 5 or your 9 to 5.
Yeah.
Is it hard for you to train? Well, is it hard for you to work a 12-hour shift for your family?
Yeah.
Same thing.
Mm-hmm.
Same concept.
Right.
Literally. So I respect every man out there holding it down for his family. Takes a real man to do that, being responsible. I respect every fan out there that's been supporting me and having my back. Thank you guys. And I promise you this, September 30th, it will be nothing but fireworks. I am coming to win. I am coming to win. With every heartbeat in me, I'm going to be throwing bombs with bad intentions to try to hurt this guy.
Yeah.
The quicker I get him out of there, the more I make an hour. That's the way I look at it.
Yeah.
If I can knock him out in 30 seconds and get paid for that 12-round fight, that makes it better for me.
Hell yeah.
But
potential fight of the year, man.
I think so.
Yep.
I think so, and I don't want it to be, because that means he's going to be in it. But I think so. I really do.
Well, you heard it here today. How We Talk Podcast.
Yes, How We Talk Podcast. You guys are doing something great. Everyone go follow, give them a follow. All my social media, you guys follow them, and tune in for this podcast.
Yeah, why don't you go ahead and give your social media right now that you're just mentioning?
At John Molina Jr. 135, and that's all the platforms, Twitter, Facebook, John Molina. But my page is maxed out, I think. I'm not sure, but you don't want to miss this podcast. Nope. Guys want to use it as a teaser.
Yeah.
Do not miss this podcast, How We Talk Podcast. I'm going to give you guys a brief insight on an intimate inside of boxing, you want to listen to this podcast.
There you have it.
There you have it, guys.
This is Fitty.
I'm Izzy. Thanks for tuning in.
We're out of here.
Later, guys.